Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be continuing the IGL series, and in today's episode we're going to be looking at the last sort of role episode that I'm going to be probably doing for a while, and this is how to be a lurker. Now, being a lurker is one of, if not the most important role, especially in those key times when your team is down. So what a lurker basically does is it's your job to, get behind the enemy, and you have to be extremely patient in doing this to ensure that you get enough kills to secure the round for your team. So since we're on Mirage, let's say that, you have three teammates going maybe A ramp, one mid, and one B hulls. So you're going to be the B hulls guy lurking, and you're going to try to catch off rotations. Now, whether this means you're going to go underpass or out apartments to balcony, you need to be not necessarily as quiet, but you need to be quieter than you might think to be able to get that certain situation to where you're behind the rotating CT players. So, maybe you walk out the balcony and then you jump to van and then, free kill market because you catch a guy rotating. So, basically what a lurker's job is to do in, the grand scheme of things is to catch people unaware and catch people rotating. Now, something I've done on my teams, which probably isn't such a good idea for most, especially if you're looking to improve very rapidly, is I tend to put players who might not have the best game sense, but have, the aim to sort of secure themselves in a spot on the team. I always put those players in the lurk role. Now, being a lurker does not require a whole lot of game sense, which is usually why most people go towards it, such as also the entry fragger. But being a lurk player, like I said, doesn't really require a whole lot of game sense, so most of the time people who don't have that much experience try out for it. That's not a bad thing. The only thing that might get in your way if you don't have a lot of game sense is you might not understand exactly how the lurk play or the lurk role is played. Especially if you're on a team and you're not their designated lurker, anytime that you want to lurk on a specific round, you need to call it, because if you have a specific lurker, then he's going to be off already lurking, and you adding on to that lurk role is not going to help your team in any sort of way unless you're just a pod god and you can kill everyone, which most of the time in matches and scrims is not going to be the case. So say you have your designated lurk player that pushes mid, and you have three players push A, and this is supposed to be an A split. So instead of you, if you're not the designated lurker, instead of you, going palace to, waterfall out balcony or palace, you're going B and you're not really helping your team. And then you don't really know how to play the role, so you just sort of sit back and don't really do anything the whole round. Now, this is a common thing where people think that lurking is just sitting on a side of the map and waiting for people to push you. That is not it at all. It's your job to push yourself in behind everyone. And, there are a lot of times that this works out tremendously. Get Right on Nip is a tremendous lurker when he shines. And that hasn't been happening often very recently because Nip's been kind of in a drought with their players, and they've been doing a bunch of roster changes and all that sort of stuff. But he is one of the best lurkers. If you guys want to maybe look at a few of his demos, you can always do that. I'm sure there's YouTube videos of them, maybe POV videos that can help you. But being a lurk player is very simple. It's not always your job to be a lurker. You might also have to play with the team. So, just like a support player, you need to learn all the nades. Everyone on your team should learn all the nades no matter what, in case you get into a certain dire situation, maybe like a 3v4, and you have to rotate off A to go B or something like that. Everyone needs to know the smokes, and your IGL should be telling you what to do. If he's not, then be like, hey, maybe it's freeze time. Be like, hey, where should I go? Do you want me to lurk this round or not? Your IGL should be like, you know what, no, their A holds weak. I'm just gonna have you water Fallout Palace with the Opera and try to get, you know, clear under Palace and Firebox. Um, and there might be other times, like, yeah, we need to get mid control. I'm gonna have you lurk underpass and maybe boost a player up window. Um, these things can sort of help you, and you and your whole team need to understand how your role comes into things. But anyways, guys, that does it for this video. I'm sorry it was a bit short, but hopefully it helped you guys out in the grand scheme of things. If you enjoyed it or it helped you out at all, please leave a like and subscribe to come back for more. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.